New Song Cafe at worshiptogether.com. I'm Vicky Beeching, and today I'm joined by Peter Furler of the Newsboys. He's going to play us a song, Strong Tower, so I really hope that you enjoy this New Song Cafe. Hey Peter.
Hey Vicky.
Hey, you guys are working on some new songs at the moment?
Yeah, we're just sort of getting back into the studio, getting back into the format of just writing at the moment, just sort of seeing what, throwing it on the tape, see what happens.
Wow. And then one of the songs you wrote recently that was on the Devotion CD, Strong Tower.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
It was actually the first song that we wrote for the new CD. I co-wrote it with Steve Taylor again. Been a friend of mine for a long time. Incredible writer, probably the best lyricist, in our industry, and I think just about anyway, but I'm pretty biased, Yeah, he's awesome, and a great man of integrity too, but which even makes it better. But Strong Tower was really, it was just that, it felt very corporate to me. It felt like a song that felt old, felt like something I'd heard before, but yet it felt original still, and so that was a pleasant surprise. And I remember showing it to the other guys in the band and getting a good response, which is usually something, that's my first flag. Usually I'm at home, I play them, for in my little studio there, and I show it to my wife, and she usually says yes or no, and which is good. And then our manager Wes is, it's awesome to have great people in your life that you can rely on and count on, that their motives are pure, and that they're not trying to push a hit out of you, or they're not trying to get you to be something that you're not. And so that's important. And again, that's a part of your life that there are people in your life that God gives you that is part of Him being your strong tower. Is really that, is that obviously He's our strong tower as far as our protection and the shadow of the Almighty. If we're obedient and we live and keep our part of the bargain, then He is. We have a promise that is so awesome to me, and that is that all things. It's that love again that we have from God that that drives out that fear. That it's that all things, no matter what, doesn't mean that bad things aren't going to happen. Just means that whatever happens, all things will work together for good, for those that love Him and are called according to His purpose. And so that's been a powerful. It's been a resting place for me in my life. So I don't worry about tomorrow or worry about crazy things. And but the other area too is He provides people in our lives, like I was talking about. It's so awesome to be out on the road, or to be wherever, and to have a cell phone and to be able to call somebody that you can trust, and you have and God provides that strength for you in others. And I have men in my life that you're just out there by yourself and you're feeling vulnerable, or feeling insecure, or you're feeling whatever the crazy things. We all deal with something, and but you've got people you can call, and they encourage you, or you encourage them. Sometimes I feel I'm going to call that guy and just encourage him, because I'm thinking good things today about that person. And so that's and then obviously the strong tower of Christ, just taking that punishment and making that choice, and slain before the foundations of the earth. There's something so tremendous about that is new every morning, because it's so powerful every morning. It's a mercy that comes that I don't take for granted. It's funny, it's been fresh to me, the strength of my Saviour, that he's just gone and paved that way, and took them lashes, and like Isaiah says, that He was despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows and familiar with suffering, like one from whom men hide their faces. He was despised and we esteemed Him not. But surely He took up our infirmities and carried our sorrows, but yet we considered Him stricken by God, smitten by Him and afflicted. But He was pierced for our transgressions, crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace is upon Him, and by His wounds we are healed. And so there's a strength in that. It's just what a strong, the world has its gods, doesn't it? And they seem sometimes so powerful and overwhelming, and but yet our God stumbled to the throne. But yet through that we find strength.
Thanks, that's great. Yeah, we'd love to hear the song.
All right, here we go. Strong and mighty, strong to save us, like a fortress, never failing, strong in battle, strong in kindness. When we stray, Lord, You're strong to fight. winds come hard against us, you are steadfast, you are true. When the ground beneath us trembles, your foundation never moves. Strong tower, high and glorious, strong tower, mighty in love. Our refuge, our defender, strong tower, Lord above.
I love the way it sounds almost like a hymn.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. What are you doing chord-wise?
Well, the verses are just D, D and G, D, G, and then E minor to D. The B section is when the winds, it's E minor to G, and again E minor, but then to D.
Okay.
So, and then the chorus is G to C, G to D, and then G to C, G to D, back to G.
Cool, and how would you strum that?
On the record it's
And is there a bridge in that song?
yeah, it goes something like this. Lord, you are my shelter, my shield. You are the home I could never deserve. Here I will serve, ever under your gaze. Here I will serve, ever singing your praise. So, and it's just really G, D. Actually, no, the first part is G, E minor, D, G, E minor, D, and then C, D. 2 times on that.
Cool.
That's it.
Would you build that bridge up big, or would you keep it down?
Yeah, usually the bridge stays a little bit more mellow, so it gives the next chorus a bit more dynamic.
Then pull it up and...
Yeah.
Cool, very cool. That's a great song.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for your time today.
You're welcome. Thank you.